The Presiding Bishopric provided our last report to the Church in June 2017. As a reminder, we are providing 3 financial updates a year, one following each World Church Finance Board meeting. We have been on a difficult journey since March 2016, when we announced the Church needed to reduce its budget significantly. As I travel around the Church, I have answered many questions, and I hope helped many people understand our financial situation. Although we have a long way to go, I am happy to report the Way Forward plan is having a positive impact. We are working together to stabilize the Church's financial condition and to find ways to support mission today and in the future. The first piece of good news is that the World Church ended fiscal year 2017 on 30 June 2017 with just over $600,000 of surplus. Although total income was a bit below budget, we managed expenses well within the available income for the year. We are grateful for the worldwide mission budget managers who exercised excellent stewardship in providing ministries and services to the worldwide church within available income levels. Also, in September, as we closed the fiscal year 2017 books, the Presiding Bishopric paid off the World Church's line of credit with Bank of Kansas City with the $600,000 surplus and other funds. The Presiding Bishopric was concerned about the level of credit we were using and had promised we would work to pay down this amount. Through lower budget levels and improved cash management, we fulfilled this promise. We will continue to use this line of credit for cash flow management, but only for shorter periods based on the cyclic nature of tithing and other income. The new appraisal of the Harmony investment property announced in June is now complete. This new appraisal increased the value on our books by more than $20 million. We are moving forward with marketing efforts to sell this property as we negotiate deals favorable for the church. To avoid market saturation, this will take many years. While there was an increase in World Church net assets as of 30 June 2017 from the new appraised value for Harmony, we also are expecting 2 decreases of net assets. The first relates to how we record financial pledge commitments, and the second relates to expected changes in our retirement liability based on updated assumptions in the actuary report. The pledge commitment change is a one-time change. The actuary report will continue to cause change in net assets each year as we update assumptions to better reflect current and future economies. As we move through fiscal year 2018, we are watching available income and managing expenses to fit within that income. The biggest variable is worldwide mission ties. We are grateful to those who made pledges during the March 2016 grassroots effort and continue to fulfill those pledges each year. We were concerned in mid-calendar year 2017 because only 35% of those pledges had been received. However, as of last month, 84% of the pledges for calendar year 2017 had been fulfilled. This is great news, and we are so thankful. However, we still are behind budget for worldwide mission ties as we approach the end of calendar year 2017. We are expecting another successful Giving Tuesday, so please help us meet our $200,000 goal. We are also hoping to receive $3.5 million in worldwide mission ties for November and December. Together, we can finish the calendar year strong. For the long haul, recurring sustainable giving is what is needed most to support our worldwide mission. The presiding bishopric continues to evaluate the church's capacity to give to worldwide mission tithes in support of the church's global mission. This estimating process is important in developing sustainable worldwide mission budgets. Evaluating worldwide mission tithes trends is part of what led to the projected $5 million reduction in the annual worldwide mission budget announced in September 2017 by President Steve Veazey. This was the best estimate at that time. The reduction will not likely be $5 million, but here are the 4 factors contributing to this estimated reduction. 1. World Church leaders' decision not to include the previous year's undesignated bequests as a revenue source for the current year's budget. The decision was based on the unpredictability of undesignated bequests, creating inconsistency in income. Starting in fiscal year 2018, undesignated bequests will be used for the Bridge of Hope project to fund the church's retirement responsibility and then grow endowments. This means that just under $2 million is no longer available as projected income to the annual budget. 2. As I just mentioned, worldwide mission tithes are projected to decrease over the next few years if we do not grow in membership and develop new generous disciples. 3. With less income from undesignated bequests and potentially worldwide mission tithes, we projected a smaller staff at international headquarters. With a smaller staff, a significant reduction in the level of resources, services, and events was assumed. This meant we would have less capacity to generate other income and netted income in the fiscal year 2019 worldwide mission budget. And 4, as reported in June 2017, World Church leaders want to plan annual budgets that are substantially cash neutral, starting with the fiscal year 2019 worldwide mission budget. This means the budget will not spend more cash than is received. These 4 factors led to early estimates of needing a $5 million reduction in the worldwide mission budget to be at a multi-year sustainable level. At the 2 November World Church Finance Board meeting, World Church leaders presented an overall draft income plan and the assumptions made to develop it for the fiscal year 2019 worldwide mission budget. At this point, we fully expect the reductions for fiscal year 2019 will be less than the $5 million originally projected. As promised by President Veazey, World Church leaders are reducing non-staff expenses as much as possible to minimize staff reductions. We will continue to monitor pledges and sustainable giving to worldwide mission tithes. The final projected amount for worldwide mission tithes for fiscal year 2019 will be reviewed and ultimately approved by the World Church Finance Board at its 2018 meetings in February and June. Based on the presentations made on 2 November, the World Church Finance Board supported the draft baseline budget for fiscal year 2019, including the staff reductions needed to move to a more sustainable budget. As a result, Human Resource Ministries has notified those whose positions cannot be continued at the new budget level. This is a painful time for staff members and their families. It is also a painful time for the church as we bear each other's burdens. Details on the number of positions downsized are in the written report. I want to express my deepest sorrow for the need to reduce additional staff positions. Every time we have to cut a staff position, we lose the opportunity to provide much-needed ministries and services. And we lose the dedicated support and ministry of those who sacrificially have offered their service for the welfare of the church and its mission. Non-staff reductions were identified first to minimize the amount of staff reductions necessary to reach a sustainable budget level. Some staff reductions were needed so we can continue to manage the church's expenses within the income available each year. This is part of our stewardship challenge. Based on our best estimates, the new staffing levels with this most recent reduction should be sustainable for the foreseeable future if we continue to work together to grow the church and develop generous disciples committed to Christ's mission. Your individual, family, congregation, and mission center contributions and pledges for sustainable worldwide mission ties already have and will continue to make a difference as we finalize the income assumptions for the fiscal year 2019 worldwide mission budget. As the estimate for worldwide mission ties increases for fiscal year 2019, we will be able to add back non-staff expenses, providing better ministries and services. Thank you for your amazing response so far to President Veazey's challenge of a time to act. We look forward to receiving additional pledges in the coming days and months. Together, we can support mission locally and globally. Besides focusing on our annual operations through the worldwide mission budget, the Presiding Bishopric is giving equal attention to the Bridge of Hope project. This is the plan to fund the church's unfunded retirement obligations and then increase the World Church's endowments. As announced previously, 3 funding sources are being pursued for this purpose. We've made excellent progress toward the $115 million needed to meet the unfunded retirement responsibility. The $35 million sale of the printer's manuscript of the Book of Mormon provided $31.5 million in net proceeds that directly reduced the $115 million. Additionally, $38 million in pledges will be used for this purpose as the funds are received. Meanwhile, we are continuing to work on sales and collecting pledges to Bridge of Hope ties from individuals, families, congregations, and mission centers. We know we have a long way to go, but we have a sound plan, and we are making significant progress. In his September address, President Veazey talked about a pause on building. This is part of the process of working together to evaluate what matters most for mission as we journey into the future. The building pause is not just about limiting spending from the affiliate investment pool or avoiding house of worship loans. The pause allows us to talk with each other about what mission looks like, how we are called to respond, and what we need to support God's vision, which we are called to fulfill by living Christ's mission. Mission Center and field officers have details about this process. Another way we will work together is in considering how we fund mission in the future. President Vesey announced that a church-wide conversation would take place around new models of funding mission. Those conversations are beginning. What does it look like to have an integrated approach to funding mission at the congregation, in the mission center, at the campground, and around the world? Stay tuned for opportunities to participate in these conversations. It's important that your voice is part of shaping the future. Well, that's probably enough for this quick financial summary. I encourage you to read the written report and FAQ document provided on the church's website at the URL on the screen. The Presiding Bishopric is working hard to remain transparent and rebuild your trust in church leaders. Our hope is that you will see how stewardship is being lived in the decisions being made to support the church into the future. The reality of transparency is that there are many ups and downs, as good and bad news is shared. So as we celebrate the slight upturn in worldwide mission ties, we also mourn the loss of gifted ministers and employees whose positions were downsized this month. As we were reminded in Doctrine and Covenants 161, paragraph 7, the path will not always be easy. The choices will not always be clear, but the cause is sure, and the Spirit will bear witness to the truth, and those who live the truth will know the hope and the joy of discipleship in the community of Christ. We are grateful for all the prayers offered for those who lost their jobs, those who remain, and the church as a whole. We are confident that together we can get through these times of financial struggle while we continue to live Christ's mission as our mission. May each of you encounter God's blessings as we move through Advent into the Christmas season. And don't forget to watch for the next financial report in March. I'm sure we'll have tons to report, so you won't want to miss it.